Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Morning, everyone. Today we're going to move on to our next topic on quadrilaterals, which is rhombus. So let's start. Our learning objective for today is we are finding unknown sides and angles in the rhombus. Our step to success for today are the first one, our step to success for today is merely on recalling the properties of a rhombus. So the first one is we know that in a rhombus, all sides are equal, opposite sides are parallel, opposite angles are equal, and consecutive angles add up to 180 degrees. I will show this to you later on. So let's just quickly recall the properties of a rhombus. So we have a rhombus on our left hand side labeled A, B, C, and D, and you can see parallel lines between AB and DC and BC and AD. So the first property of a rhombus that we need to know is we should know that all sides are equal. So for example, if AB is 5 centimeter, then automatically BC is 5 centimeter, CD is 5 centimeter, and DA is 5 centimeter because all four sides are equal. The next property of a rhombus is opposite sides are parallel. So opposite sides meaning, for example, we have the side AB. So AB is parallel to DC. So this is the symbol for parallel. So again, if AB is 5 centimeter, then DC is also 5 centimeter. So the next opposite sides should be BC is parallel to AD. And you can see that according to the arrows label here. So AB is parallel to DC and BC is parallel to AD. The next property of a rhombus is opposite angles are equal. So opposite angles meaning that if A is 45 degree, then C is 45 degrees. So the opposite of A is C, and opposite of C is A, and the opposite of B is D, and the opposite of D is B. So for example, again, angle A equals to angle C because they are opposite, and angle B equals to angle D. So that's the third property of a rhombus. Opposite angles are equal. The last property of a rhombus that you need to know is consecutive angles add up to 180 degrees. Now I talked about consecutive angles previously on parallelogram. Same thing applies to rhombus as well, where consecutive angles up to 180 degrees. So let's just recall what is a consecutive angle. So consecutive angle is, as a shortcut, consecutive starts with a letter C. So if you see a sharp C on two angles, say we're focusing on angle A and angle B, so they are consecutive because it made up a sharp C. So when you add these two angles together, they are equal to 180. So for example, angle A is say 90 degree. No, this shouldn't be 90 degree. Let's say this is 80 degree. So this should be 100 degree because these two, when you add them together, they are equal to 180 degree. So angle A plus angle B equals to 180 degree. Same goes to angle D and angle C. Both of them make up a sharp C shape. So you know that when you add them together, angle D plus angle C, they are equal to 180 degree. So that is the last property of a rhombus that you need to know. So there are four properties. The first one, all sides are equal. So all sides are equal. Property number two, opposite sides are parallel. So AB is parallel to DC. BC is parallel to AD. Property number three, all angles are equal. So all opposite angles are equal. Apologize for that. So angle A equals to angle C because the opposite of A is C. Angle B equals to angle D because the opposite of B is D, and vice versa. The last property of a rhombus is consecutive angles add up to 180 degrees. Let's jump right ahead to our learning objective for today, which is finding the side and finding unknown side and unknown angles in a rhombus. So example 1, find the side CD. Now, our step to success again today is mainly on recalling the properties of a rhombus. So not all of the steps, not all of the properties are applicable to some of the examples. So we just pick the ones that is applicable. So we need to find the side of CD, which means that there is no angles required or no unknown angles are required to find in this example. You are only required to find the side. So we are given 5 centimeter. And this, let's examine our rhombus first. We have A, B, C, D, and only one side is given, which is 5 centimeter. Now, the first property of a rhombus that we know is all four sides are equal. So, meaning that if this is 5 centimeter, then the rest should be 5 centimeter because the first property of a rhombus is all sides are equal. So you know that DC is 5 centimeter and you are required to find the side CD, which is the same. So the answer is 5 centimeter. So the rest of the properties are not applicable. Example 2, find the angle P. So we have a rhombus here labeled as MOPQ. We have an angle given here, which is 125. No angles are given here, and we are required to find angle P. So let's just recall our properties. All four sides are equal, okay, but we're not doing side in this example. All opposite sides are parallel, okay, but we're not doing side, so that is not applicable. Number 3, opposite angles are equal. So we're talking about angles now, and we are looking for angle P. So opposite angles are equal. The opposite of angle M is angle P, and the opposite angle of angle P is angle M. And we are given angle M, which is 125. And the third property says that opposite angles are equal. So we know that angle P equals to 125 degree. Example 3, a more challenging one because the rhombus is cut in the middle into two. And we are required to find the angle S. So we have a rhombus here, STUV. We are given an angle here, which is 54 degree, and we have an angle S here, which is cut, and it is part of a big angle here, but it is cut into two, and we are given an angle 72 degree here. The rest of the angles are not given. So let's recall our property. The first one, all sides are equal, okay, but we're not doing sides. Opposite sides are parallel. Okay, we're not doing side again. Number 3, opposite angles are equal. Now, let's talk about opposite angles. So the opposite angle of 72 is T. Okay, but we're not looking for T, so let's erase that. The opposite angles of angle S and 54 is angle U, but we're not looking for U, we are looking for the angle S. So let's just erase that. So the third property is not applicable. Moving on to the last property, consecutive angles add up to 180 degree. Now, again, consecutive angle, the word consecutive starts with the letter C. You should identify or try to find out a shape where two angles, a shape they make up is a sharp C shape. So let's see here. So we have angle V and we have angle S. So when you rotate or when you rotate the rhombus, or you can use your highlighter even, you can highlight and see that there is a sharp shape C right here. So you know that this is consecutive angle. So the last property is applied, meaning that when you add up angle S, let me just change that. When you add up angle S plus 54 plus 72, they are all equal to 180 degree. And you need to find angle S. Now, I've touched on this one when we did a lesson on finding unknown angles in a parallelogram. So, same steps, same method as well. We are trying to find S, so we need to make S alone, which means that we need to bring these two, okay? We need to bring these two numbers to the other side in order to make S alone, okay? Because we are trying to find S. But before that, let's just make our life easier. Let's just add up these two numbers first. So S plus, what is 54 plus 72? So if you can't do it in your head, it's okay. You can always do a side calculation. So 4 plus 2 gives us 6. 5 plus 7 gives us 12. So we have 126 degree, which is equal to 180 degree. Now, we need to find S. In order to find S, S must be alone. So you are bringing the plus 126 to the other side. When you bring plus to the other side, they become minus. So this becomes 180 degree minus 126. So S is alone already, so that's fine because you're trying to find S. Again, if you can't do this in your head, you can always do a side calculation. So we have 180 minus 126. So that is 0, and that becomes 7. 10 minus 6 is 4. 7 minus 2 is 5. 1 minus 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. So we have 54 degree as S. So we have found our angle. If you want to make sure that your answer is correct, what can you do? You can always put back the 54 in S and see if they add up to 180 degrees. So you can plus 54 plus 54 plus 72 and see if they add up to 180 degree. If your answer and then when you plus with the two angles, and if it doesn't add up to 180 degree, then you know your answer is wrong. Now it's time for you to try. Take a piece of paper or your mini whiteboard and your marker pen. Try this question. Find the angle A. This one, it requires you to find angles, so all the properties on sides are not applicable. So it's either property number 3 or property number 4. Let's just quickly recap our learning objective and S2S for today. Today we are finding unknown sides and angles in a rhombus. Our step to success, merely recalling the properties of a rhombus. are the first one, we should know that all sides are equal. The second property is opposite sides are parallel. The third property is opposite angles are equal. And the last property is consecutive angles add up to 180 degrees. So consecutive means that when two angles make up a sharp C shape, and you can use your highlighter to see the shape. Today's exercise is in your Yes Maths Workbook 6A, page 70. Please use pen. You can try page 71 if you like. I'm giving you freedom on your choice of exercises. Yeah, you can try 71. And if you have any questions, if you have any problems, you can always contact me privately on my WhatsApp. That's all for today. Good luck, everyone. Bye.